We'll be on in just a second.
Welcome to episode 2, series 2 of Firerbirds Weekly. My name is Adam Samarov with my co-host Chris Sipperly, and we are looking live at the second episode of the new season of Firerbirds Weekly. How we doing? We've been off for a couple of weeks. We had some real life, personal life stuff go happen, and how we doing here? Second week of October.
Good. I'm glad to finally not be in the pickup truck. I probably did, a total of 7 hours in the truck today, 3.5 hours out to New Hampshire, 3.5 hours back. But I'm glad to be sitting down and talking to you and talking some Albany Firebirds football.
Definitely. Today, obviously, as you can tell, we do not have a guest today. Timing just didn't work out between us and our couple of guests that we've had in the tank. So hopefully we get one next week. Hopefully the timing works out better for them. And but today we want to talk about some of the news and notes and the doings of the last few months of Arena Football 1 and our teams. And to start off, just today, breaking news, breaking. See if I can. Do I have a good one here? Air horn. There it is. Excellent.
Yep. This is a morning jungle, or whatever they call it.
It's a morning zoo, baby.
There you go. That's it.
So today, the Michigan Arsenal has been named as one of the new teams for Arena Football 1. They are going to play their games at the Dow Event Center in Saginaw, Michigan, about an hour and a half away from Detroit. And, they're going to be one of the teams looking, to try to win a championship, just like Albany did for the Arena Crown last year. So, what do you think? We talked about, all last year. We talked about some of these new teams coming in, and we talked about that during championship media day.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing some of the fruits of that work come to fruition. What do you think about, having this new team, the Michigan Arsenal, come into Arena Football 1?
I think it's great. Like you said, that's something that was teased, mentioned, all the above. Going all the way back to the media day for the AF1 crown back in July.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to remember that far back, but
I know it was warm then. It's not warm anymore.
Yeah, but it's held up pretty good so far. But yeah, no, I think it's good. The biggest thing is just giving that footprint a little bit more of an upgrade. I know the world of football guys are very excited to see that team.
Right, close to home, just like for us with the Firebirds.
100%. So it's a good thing. It's certainly that's a pretty reasonable travel for Albany. Certainly good for some of the other new teams that we'll touch on here in a minute. But overall, I think it's a good thing. To get into that a little bit further, I think you have a note about number of teams and number of games.
Yeah. So
allegedly.
So during the press conference today, they talked about a 12-game season, similar to what we did here in 2025. But there was also some talk allegedly, of some more expansion teams coming. So we've already. So now the Arsenal obviously becomes new and officially is welcome today.
Mm-hmm.
But then the Minnesota Monsters, formerly the Duluth Harbor Monsters.
I think that's a big get because they've won. They've had a pretty incredible journey. They've won what feels to be just about every indoor football title in terms of number of men on the field.
Whether it's 8 or 11 or
they played in I think a 6 and a 7-man league.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they've been they were in TAL last year. So yeah, I feel as though that they're because here's the thing, like we have an NAL champion that moved on over here, which not to steal our thunder there, but they're here. They have a winning tradition. The Monsters have a winning tradition. Not shy to say Albany has a winning tradition.
Of course. I mean, proved that this year always, of course.
And Nashville has a winning tradition, and based on what we've seen so far in Kentucky, they should be very competitive, to say the least.
Yeah. So when we had Coach Fisher on last year, when for our pregame show, and even when we have him on, before one of the home games, we talked about how, their goal was to make this league as one of the most competitive indoor leagues out there. And I think the addition of these teams are going to prove that that's the case.
Yeah, I agree. I think the leadership group has done a great job.
Jerry Kurz,
Yeah, absolutely.
We're trying to name them as many as we can. Gary Compton with player personnel. Yep. We love Gary.
Yeah. Yep. So it's been good. I'm very interested to theorize and think about where those next teams may come from. Being an East Coast guy, I would love to see something on the East Coast. It'd be interesting to see if they would be willing to go as far as California. I don't know anything about where they would be, but if they get another East Coast team somewhere in between here and say, Southern Florida would be nice,
Yeah.
or something in between like a Virginia or something like that. But
right, because we still, Washington is still going. The West Coast teams are still pretty good in terms of they're in for 26.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna have some more of these Eastern, and then Minnesota obviously because is Midwest.
Yep.
Northern Plains type of team. So it's like, okay, where are we going next? What's going on with Corpus Christi? Obviously, there's the Texas if that's the case. But that goes to our kind of the next point we talk about some of these teams coming in. We're also talking about teams coming out. We're not sure about Corpus Christi. We're not sure what's going on. They've posted online that they're replanning for 2026, whatever that means. We'll find out in the future.
For sure.
But then
we're not in the rumor business.
No, we're not. No rumors here.
I know. I'm just
whatever
saying,
they posted on their social
100%.
medias, their plans. So we'll find out what that is. Hopefully, if they're back to AF1, they're in addition. Obviously, once they get everything going like they did, especially towards the end of the year, they seem to have it going pretty well.
Yeah, I mean they
at the end of the year
really kind of got it together and made made right some wrongs that happened. But yeah, let's wait and see. I'm very excited to see what these two teams bring to the table.
Right, and then two other ones. Our Kansas contingent has flown the coop, as it were, with the Southwest Kansas Storm and the Salina Liberty going on to greener pastures. NAL, I believe, for both of them.
They think, but yes, yep. Hey, whatever's best for them. I'm not gonna run somebody else's business.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, again, you look at it logistically, right? Like they were the two in the middle of the country. We had a couple teams in the Northwest. We had some teams here.
I'm disappointed they're gone. I'm not gonna sure.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean yep. that Salina Albany game, went to overtime, was one of the best games I think we saw all year. Yep. And so it's gonna sucks to not see those guys in. But again, like you said, for that whatever the business model, like if that's better for them, like more power to you. Good luck in the next phase. But so definitely some changes. Other guys, we talk about change. So we want to talk about some of these guys that have been promoted, and we've had Coach Damon Ware in here, and he may be watching. I'm not sure. Usually him or his wife are watching. So if you are, hello. That the goal of this team is to be able to help guys get to the next level.
Yeah.
And boy, do we have guys get into the next level. There's at least 5.
Yep.
Sam Castanova, Dwayne Brown, Isaiah Hardy, and Isaiah Scott all getting signed with the Memphis Showboats, which may not be the Memphis Showboats anymore. We're not sure exactly where they're going to be yet.
Yeah, I mean, I've read that is Louisville in the end, which geographically makes sense in terms of the distance, but the guys deserve it regardless. And
we talk about that. Like I said, Damon talked about that. Like we want guys to be able to, go to the next level because, as he said, we're only a couple of levels short of the NFL. It's the NFL, CFL, UFL, and then Arena Football 1.
Yep.
Those guys are moving up to that next group. So
yeah, it's exciting for them. It should be exciting for us as fans to get a chance to see them, play at a higher level. It's going to be weird to see some of those guys in possibly a different colored uniform, but that's what you want, right? Like you want homegrown talent. You want to be able to bring guys in and allow them to be themselves, which many of these guys have said when we've interviewed them how important that is to them.
Mm-hmm.
That allows them to be them. It allows themselves to grow. It allows them to be themselves. They don't have to worry about being somebody they're not. That culture is really important, and I think that allows them to kind of put all their skills to use and just play freely. And it shows on tape. I mean, Sam had obviously an MVP season. Dwayne Brown was probably, I don't know what the vote total was, but I'm assuming he would be second or close to second.
I would imagine it had to be 1, 2. I imagine.
Isaiah, both Isaiahs were phenomenal. Isaiah Scott in particular in a championship game.
Yep.
He pretty much took over. I mean, we had him on, and that guy just plays so physical. Just people don't want anything of him. So don't want to get in the middle. Nobody wants to cross the tracks when trains coming with him, and I think that translates big time in the outdoor game in particular. So yeah, it's exciting for them, and that isn't the only one that got promoted though.
Well, I want to just say something too, and we'll get to the fifth and final one in a second. I'm a guy like, so I'm somebody who, like, if I see like a local guy, from this area, like, make it to the major league, Major League Baseball or whatever, and it's like, oh, dude, that dude's from Shaker High, or that guy's from Albany, Shen or whatever, right? Like some of those guys, and it's like, turn on UFL here, in a couple of months, and then Sam, I know Sam, like, it's kind of fun to see the local guys that you've rooted for in this laundry doing well at the next level.
I'm hoping this is a little bit selfish. I do have to admit, I haven't watched a lot of UFL football, but I'm hopeful they do player introductions, and I'm hopeful that one of these five, say, for example, Sam Castronova, Flock University.
There you go.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So that's what I'm hoping for.
The School of Hard Knocks.
Right.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And then the fifth one, obviously not to be forgotten, just because those other four kind of went to the same place or are going to the same place. DJ Walden, a rusher extraordinaire, signed with the Canadian Football League, BC Lions. So a nice jump for him to play in Canada and, be able to be seen, by, everybody out there and show his skills. And he obviously deserves it as well.
It's been fun too. He's been posting some videos that he's been working out. He's obviously putting in the work. All these guys are. Obviously, it isn't just because there's a video, but I'm excited for him because we were lucky to have him on early on last year, and he had a great story. If I remember right, he started out as an offensive lineman. I want to say a center. But yeah, he's super hard worker, super humble guy. That's pretty consistent with a Damon Ware put together team. So, to me, I think this is just the beginning in terms of what the opportunities will be going forward. We know that, win, lose or draw, Albany's going to have a quality group of guys that are going to play in that 50-yard field.
Absolutely. And great segue. Let's talk about some of those guys. Some guys here that have signed as of the 14th. So as of yesterday, guys that have signed to come back: Markel Wade, Robert McCoy Jr. quarterback.
Yeah.
Drew Singleton, Kyle Chandler, Darian Townsend coming back. We hopefully get to see a lot more of the Dirty Bird
for sure
thing up there on the boards after touchdowns. With Darian, Trey Wortham, the rookie last year, coming out of the University of Connecticut.
He was one that I watched at that open practice, and I'm like, that guy is special. They're all special, but he in particular, I was excited to see him get out there. I'm even more excited to see what year 2 looks like for him.
Absolutely. And then, as anyone will tell you that isn't a skill player, the offensive line is definitely the most important part of your football team, said as a former lineman. And we are returning four linemen, offensive linemen this year. Yeah. Brandon Nicholson is coming back. Josh Zacher is coming back. Colby Bird and Prince Emmanuelian is all coming back to Albany to stay with that offensive line. And boy, if it wasn't a good one blocking for Sam, whoever they're blocking for this year, whether it's Robert or somebody else, they're gonna be on top of it. They're gonna be a force.
I'm excited for all the guys. I don't mean to just
and then there's one left too that I didn't mention. He gets a special mention at the end.
Okay, so let's
talk about the offensive line first.
So I mean, Brandon feels like the unsung hero.
I would agree.
We haven't really had a chance to talk to Brandon. So, Coach, if you're listening, he's on the list. Excited to have Robert McCoy back.
Got so much experience last year.
Yeah, and I think that's really special. That's not normal for a guy to get those kind of reps. But anyway, to get back to the offensive line, having Zacher back, Bird back, that's big. Again, we had both those guys on together. Great players. Actually, whoever watched a few weeks ago, Kevin Toot played with those two guys
during some of the college bowls.
Yeah. So
and they all worked. They were all on that same group, I think, or in the game, either in the game. So
yeah. So I
they're
think,
familiar with each other.
I think on the interior offensive line. Well, the center in the tackle and the tight end. Like they they should go. Sorry, they should resume where they left off. So I think that's the biggest benefit of bringing them back. Plus, they're great players.
Yeah, and I mean, and again, Sam's the MVP, but Sam can't do much of anything without those guys blocking in front of him. 100%. So it definitely is a big deal. And then the one I wanted to separate specifically, Trevon Shorts, because he was kind of our first interview for us, and and obviously he's been here, and he's a major part of what this team does and how it runs, and the fact that immediately was like, yes, I'm coming back, I'm here, big things.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he was kind enough to take a chance on the show. He was the first one we did. He didn't really know what he's getting into. We didn't really either. But we had experience with the other shows that we've done in the past. But he's an open book. He's obviously a fan favorite. He's been very good to us. He joined us for a post game interview. I don't remember which game, but he's always forthcoming. Great attitude, great personality. He hit the stage after the championship game and made a very emphatic speech for the love of the Albany fans. So I'm sure he's happy to be back, and we're happy to have him back.
Absolutely. And then we just talk about some of these new guys. But of course, Coach Ware. The signings, I think, started the 1st of September or 15th of September. I know it was in. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head for the new guys.
New would be the fifth. Well, new. The 15th was for new guys that were on other teams.
Okay.
September 1st was guys that, for lack of a better phrase, street free agents, guys that didn't play in the AF1 last year.
Okay.
I'm sorry, weren't rostered at the end of the year last year.
Okay. I want to make sure we get that. I get that correct, because I wasn't 100% sure of the dates. Yep. But then we've got a whole bunch of new signees, guys from the IFL, a CFL, a couple of CFL, a UFL player coming in, some college guys getting signed. We talked to Kevin, obviously, for our first interview. He's one of our new guys, offensive lineman, who's from Saratoga Springs. Yep. But I think we've got quarterback, defensive backs, offensive lineman, wide receiver. I mean, Coach Ware has done his work, as he always does, and is finding players that he feels will fill the Albany way.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I had taken the time to count the number of roster players, but my assumption is he's not done.
I'm gonna say definitely not done.
So I mean, there's some interesting names on there. I find it intriguing. We'll call it the number of former either IFL guys or former CFL guys. There's more than a couple. I think that kind of speaks to where the AF1's headed. I don't want to make it about this league or that league, but I think it's a good indication of Albany.
Things are strong here.
Yeah, and Albany is the place that people want to be. They have the ability to sign anywhere, and it's not a their league versus this league sort of thing. But I think it kind of speaks volumes about, like you said, where the league is going. And quite honestly, as a fan, having the Nets and being a part of that, I imagine it is part of the allure of being in the AF1. I would imagine, for me, anyways, because like we've watched other leagues, and just put, for example, Denise were talking about this the other day, like using PVC piping for field goals. I just think that at the end of the day, this is just a better product, and hopefully a better place for players to play. That's important too.
I'm just noticing on the comments that Mr. Henry Nell, kicker from last year, our extraordinary kicker, is watching our broadcast. So, hi, Henry. Welcome to the broadcast.
Yeah, I'm trying to read through some of these comments, but I'm trying to figure out why are we using Henry's full government name? Is he in trouble?
I don't believe he is, but
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what Denise is up to.
Nor do I recall saying his name, but. So I don't know.
They were saying in the comments, I think.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I think they noticed.
Yeah, I'm a little bit behind that, so our apologies. And kind of figuring it out as we go here.
But looking at this list, one of the names that definitely jumps out is Jerome Johnson. He was the quarterback last year for the Las Vegas Nighthawks, which is also the team that Kevin Toot is coming from.
Yeah, and there's a third one, and I have not met him yet, so I do not want to attempt to say his name. out of respect for him, because that's actually somebody we were trying to.
Yeah, of course. Is
know.
it cheesy?
Yeah.
Is it? And maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. And if I did, I'm sorry, and I apologize. And we definitely want to interview a lot of these new guys and get your stories. And that's kind of what we do. If any of you guys listen to this, our thing is to talk about the guys that are here and what it means to play for F1 and for Albany and for Coach Ware. And yeah, we're definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, there's a ton of stories here we got to tell, and we're actually looking forward to add to the second and third appearance club. So don't be afraid. We're not gonna leave our old friends behind.
Absolutely not.
There's some things that we can catch up with. Like, for instance, we didn't talk to Brandon yet this year or last year. So
nope.
We didn't. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I think we didn't talk to Prince yet. We need to speak to him. We got to get Trey and we got to get Drew. So. Yeah.
The interviews are lining up. We're going to line up these interviews ASAP. We're going to get to it here, because I mean the season. We think it's October. It's like ways away, but March isn't that far away. It's only a few months.
So once you hit New Year's, it's pretty much here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not that far away, and I know the coaches certainly aren't sitting around waiting for the season to start. The work has started many months ago. As just about any coach that's been involved with this team, or last few years. I think Coach Hisei even said it, championships won in the off season in some regards, in terms of being prepared and knowing what you want to do, because like it's easy to bring guys in, but it's a whole another deal to have them in position where they want to, where basically get them in here, not just get them here and figuring it out. It's getting them here because you want them here, because you have a plan for
and because
them.
they want to be here to yes. Everybody going for that one goal.
Yeah, 100%.
As cliche as that sounds,
it'll be very interesting. I'm very much looking forward. Hopefully, we have the opportunity to cover training camp just a little bit this year, because I think it's going to be another great camp.
I completely agree, and we'll see what happens on that. But anytime you can kind of watch Coach Ware and Coach Hisei and the rest of the Albany coaching staff's genius at work, it's an awe to behold.
Oh, it definitely is, and we're very blessed to have the group of people that we have making this thing go. So we want to also thank the management of the Firerbirds allow us to do this on a weekly basis. So.
Yeah, and Denise. I just want to say thanks to Denise, because Denise has been awesome to us also. Just the her name.
Yeah, honestly, like if we want to get flowers, we need to be in a florist, because there's been a lot of support. So, yeah, man, it's a lot of going on, a lot of exciting things. Very much looking forward to seeing what Commissioner Fisher has up his sleeve over the next few months. And
yeah, I mean again, that's what I didn't even. One thing we forgot for the changes. Nashville is moving to Clarksville. Mm-hmm. They're getting on the last train, which is only a reference that people over 50 will get.
Yeah, definitely, that's over me. I don't know.
And they're going to be in a new arena, but they're still in the Nashville area. So those fans of the runner-up Nashville Cats will still have their team in AF1, and they were one of the best, obviously.
They were supported out there last year, so good for. I mean, really good for them.
Getting a new place, obviously, that's huge.
It's a good thing, and again, they'll be really competitive. They brought a bunch of guys back, and number one being Tyler Kolka. So yeah, it should be fun, and I hope everybody over the next few weeks tunes in. We'll try to put together a consistent schedule. Wednesdays is kind of what we're looking at. So
I found the 50-year-old guy. Alan Sitterly. I found the 50-year-old guy. Yes, the Monkees, the band from the 60s. Yep. Yes. I'm sorry, my dad's older. All right. So with that, we want to say thank you for watching, and we should be back. Hopefully everybody's schedules work out. The idea is to be here for the next few Wednesdays, interviewing your newest Firebirds, and we will see you next week. Keep up on our socials on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Thank you. We'll see you next week.